Alright. Hey guys. Anyway, yeah. Let me comb my hair real quick. Yeah, no, alright. We're just gonna get right in this video. Like, this is something, man, it's like people don't understand, bro. And I haven't even started, in all these years I've been doing a channel, I've never really talked about this. This is what is called Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. People, they don't understand. This is why I've never talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Because, I mean, people don't understand it. And the ridiculousness of it is that it's such a basic, simple concept that the only way that a person can't understand it is because they choose not to understand it. And there's a very specific reason that people choose not to understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay? So people choose to not understand the concept of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that's why I don't talk about it. Because, you know, this is how bad shit is, dude, with people. And it's really sad. So I am going to go into Maslow's hierarchy of needs in this video. And this truly is your problem. This is your problem. You have a massive problem, and it's all directly related to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you don't know what Maslow's hierarchy, see, that's the thing. What I'm trying to tell you is are you one of these people who refuses to understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Because I'm telling you, okay. If you are based in self-serving in a self-serving agenda and self-serving motives, then you're going to choose to not understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs because you're self-serving. You're all about yourself. You don't care about anybody else. And this is the way, like, everyone is. All media, and that's why I always talk about that media is just communist propaganda. All this media is all designed to get you to self-obsess. It's a narcissistic society that encourages and rewards narcissistic behavior. All media on the internet, mainstream media, all media is constant 24/7 communist propaganda that's designed to condition and groom you to be self-serving, to ignore the needs of everyone else around you because the whole universe revolves around you. That's what media is designed to do, is to get you to conditioned to believe in a self-serving philosophy where everything is about you and fuck everyone else. Okay? Okay? And so Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I don't know, some of you may have heard of it. I have studied it for many years because working in the homeless service provider field. Like the homeless service provider field, everything that my career was based in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And all of my bosses are supposed to know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but see, like all my bosses in that field, it was convenient for them to ignore Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because by acknowledging Maslow's hierarchy of needs would put the fire under the feet of everyone working in the homeless service provider field, because that's the whole problem. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is the problem, and it's the problem with this country. So let's get into this. I'll get into this as best as I can. Like I said, I don't even like talking about it because ignorance is bliss. I think things are a lot worse in this country than people realize. Everyone is divided against everyone else because everything is about my, me, me, my me, me, my wants, my desires, everything is about what I want and fuck everyone else, okay? Okay, so I'm watching Asmongold, and he is accurately explaining something, but I think that he has a lot of ignorance in this way as well, what I'm describing. So he's talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and that this is the problem. But see, Asmongold, I don't know him personally, but he doesn't really spend a lot of time talking about poverty very much. And Maslow's hierarchy of needs is directly related to poverty. So it's interesting that he talks about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and in reference to all the problems going on in our country and in the world, including our alliance with Israel and Ukraine and all of this corruption that everybody's complaining about. It's all directly tied to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And basically what Asmongold says is that if politicians like Trump and all these people, these governors and mayors and all over and all this state and federal government, if it were to base its philosophy on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, our country would not have all these problems. and in a sense, he's right. But you see, the problem with basing this country on Maslow's hierarchy of needs would mean that those Americans most in need would have to be addressed first. But you see, everybody wants their wants and needs met first. And so everybody says, fuck those homeless, fuck the poor, fuck them. They all did it to yourself. Gives me minds. I'm middle class. I'm working class. I got needs, But see, with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, working and middle class people have more of those needs met than the poor and homeless. So if you were to, if Asmongold were to fucking walk his own talk, basically what he's saying is our country, the United States of America, needs to direct its resources to those most in need. And when you look at those most in need in the United States of America, that is the poor and homeless, dude. But you see, everybody, it is a massive fucking it is a mass fucking psychosis, full retard fucking phenomena going on in this country where everyone in America hates the U.S. homeless and hates the U.S. poor. And so all this mass psychosis of all these Americans that hate the homeless Americans and hate the poor Americans, they all want that money that's going to Israel and Ukraine to go to them because they're middle class and they're working class. You see, this is why I don't want to talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because people are too fucking stupid to understand this simple concept. And that is because that is how much of a fucking of a grip that brainwash has on American society. Everyone is brainwashed to be completely self-obsessed, self-serving, and they do not give a fuck about the needs of Americans most in need in this country. And they never will. It only gets worse every year. This is a narcissistic society where the more narcissistic you are, the more you're rewarded. And the more you think about others, for example, me thinking about homeless, the more you're a pariah, that you're rejected. Society doesn't want anything to do with you if you're standing up for the rights of the poor and homeless. Society rejects you because in order to stand up for the poor and homeless and to address their needs, That means other people have to go without. That means no more attention going to the middle class. Oh, Kamala, what are you going to do if you become president? Oh, I'm going to help the middle class. Oh, you know, Black Scout survival. What do you think about? Oh, I think the middle class are the victims in the, you know, everybody claims and talks and acts and thinks as though it's the middle class that are the victims of all this money going to Israel. That's not true. All of this shit that's going on in this country, the people most victimized by it are the poor and homeless. And so even though Asmongold is right in referencing Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I don't think that Asmongold actually realizes what he is saying. I don't think he fully understands that, you know, the full has a full grasp on what Maslow's hierarchy of needs means. That means that if you really want to do America first, that means those Americans most in need in this country, aka the homeless and poor, those are the ones that the resources need to get directed to first and foremost. If you were to apply Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and all these years I've been doing this channel and doing these videos on homelessness and poverty and shit, is exactly what I'm saying. It's all based in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So let's take a look at the graph that Asmongold brought up. And you can watch Asmongold's video for yourself. I just kind of watched it half-assed, like partially paying attention because it talks about politics. And politics is such a hopeless subject. And the reason it's such a hopeless subject is because all politics does is ignore those most in need in this country while they hypocritically proclaim, hypocritical statements like America First. It's not America First. It's a faction of Americans first. But the homeless and poor are not, they're excluded from America First. The homeless and Americans and poor Americans are absolutely 100% excluded from the America First. They're not going to get acknowledged. They're going to continue to get ignored as they always have. So America First is a lie because it's not America First. It's factions of America First, like American middle class first, you know, American working and middle class first, American upper middle class and middle class first. It's not America First. So don't fucking lie, dude. And this is what Asmongold is going into, is like, if you really want to be true to the cause of America First, you have to look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But see, again, Asmongold, if Asmongold were to actually like really take that to heart, he would be talking about homelessness and poverty in America as much as I do, because that's what Maslow's hierarchy of needs means. If you want to truly do America First, that means the resources need to be directed first and foremost to those Americans most in need in this country, and aka the homeless and the poor, dude. But you see how Trump, no matter if it's Trump or if it's Biden or if it's Obama or if it's Bush, they all play by the same NPC playbook. And the first rule in their playbook is perpetually ignore those most in need in this country, and encourage everyone else to do the same. And all these zombies, they all follow suit. Like, nobody ever thinks about those most in need in this country. And then when you see that, as I do, it's obvious. Like, put on your They Live sunglasses, just like John Nada in the movie They Live, and you see all this, and it's totally apparent. It's every fucking where. It permeates in every aspect of your entire life. It's just ignore those most in need in this country. Okay. And once you see this, well, then you see the hypocrisy of the statement America First. Because it's not America First. No, it's certain economic classes of America First. And so they should say that. If they were truly being honest, it wouldn't be America First. It would be upper economic classes of America First. And the lowest economic classes, never. See, this country, America, is so fucking divided that America first doesn't mean anything, because you got Americans that are socialists, you got Americans that are fascists, you got Americans that are communists, you got Americans that are, you got Americans that are poor, you got Americans that are rich, you got Americans that are middle class, you got Americans that are alphas in the Brave New World, you got Americans that are middle class in the Brave New World, you got Americans that are lower echelon in the Brave New World. Like, this country is so completely divided, right down to people that drink black coffee versus people that drink coffee with cream and sugar. Like, everyone is divided. So there is no America first. America first implies that a certain faction or factions of Americans come first, yes, but everybody else can continue to fuck off no matter who is the president, whether it's a communist, a fascist, a fucking socialist, a Nazi, it doesn't matter, because it's always going to be the poor and homeless continue to fucking just get ignored into fucking oblivion. So let's look at this graph. The Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Again, I've studied this. Like, dude, I have tens of thousands of hours of study, research, and field application on the whole idea and concept of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And nobody, dude, like, I don't even think I ever met anybody that truly understands it. Let's look at it. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay. Wait, let's see. Where is it? All right. Where is it? Here it is. This is so this is Asmongold. And he's like talking about, this is why Republicans are losing now. And he's emphasizing that if nothing else, that this is what people need to take away from his video. And he pulls up Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I got to put my old man glasses on. Okay, here we go. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, and it starts at the bottom, like physiological needs: food, water, warmth, and rest. Okay, so people need food, water, warmth, and rest. So homeless people are deprived of food, water, warmth, and rest on a daily basis, dude, in this country. And nobody gives a fuck, okay? Okay, now, once you get your food, water, warmth, and rest needs met, then you can start to work on your needs of safety and security. But if you don't even have... And see, this is the other thing. Part of food, water, warmth, and rest is housing, is shelter. Think survival. What are the three most important things in survival? Shelter, food, and water. That's the bottom of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is food, shelter, water. And so if you don't have food, shelter, and water, then there's no point in trying to build security and safety, because you need shelter, food, and water. Okay, and you see how this works? Intimate relationships and friends, dude. You cannot like have meaningful, intimate relationships and friends. You cannot prioritize that. Like, you can't have that without housing, water, food, warmth, and rest. Don't you see this? And Asmongold is saying that until politicians understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they're always going to fail. And this is why the Republican Party fails, because it does not. And the reason that, dude, don't you understand? The reason that the Republican Party, for example, does not, because they're all rich. All the people that are politicians in the Republican Party and any other party, dude, they're all the rich people. They don't have to worry about food, water, shelter, warmth, and rest. Like, they get paid to rest and eat. You know, that's their job, is to fucking eat and rest and so that's why politicians are so disconnected from your average American citizen, is because politicians don't have to worry about their basic needs getting met, like food, water, shelter, rest. No. And who is most in need of those in this country? The homeless, dude. But you see, and so even Asmund Gold, like if Asmund Gold truly understood the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which I'm showing you, then he would be talking about the homeless in this video. And I like Asmund Gold. I like to watch him, but I don't even see he likes to reference IQ and intelligence level and stuff. But I'm telling you, bro, like, he doesn't appear to even have a very good understanding of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And people choose to be ignorant to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because to acknowledge Maslow's hierarchy of needs is inconvenient to people, because then people have to think of others instead of themselves. Like if I make $1 million a year and I start thinking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, well, then I'm going to start realizing, well, there's all these poor and homeless people that have it way worse than I do. And they work harder than I do just surviving one day to the next. And so how fair is it that I'm bringing in $1 million a year when homeless people work physically harder than I do just to survive from one day to the next, and they don't even get paid to do? Like, you see, once you start to acknowledge Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that's when you see that society doesn't make any sense, you know? And that's why Asmund Gold, it's inconvenient for Asmund Gold to truly understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because then it would force Asmund Gold to have to look at himself and be like, dude, I make millions of dollars a year just sitting in front of a computer talking shit and expressing my opinions on stuff. Meanwhile, homeless people, like, they have to work way harder than Asmund Gold just to survive a 24-hour period, and they don't get paid anything, and Asmund Gold gets paid to just have fun. It doesn't make any sense. But it's frustrating that and I'm not talking shit about Asmund Gold, but I'm just saying it's frustrating that people like him and stuff bring up, because even though Asmund Gold is right, and Asmund Gold is one of the few people who will even bring up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's just, what's frustrating is even Asmund Gold doesn't have a full understanding of what he's saying when he's referencing Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So let's look at it one more time, because this is why I don't even like to talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because nobody wants to hear about it. Because it's just a big inconvenience for the self-serving, self-absorbed narcissist. A narcissist hates the truth about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So let's look at it. Let's look at it again. I mean, isn't that just ridiculous though? Like, a narcissist hates Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So here we go back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So let's start at the top. See, if you start at the top, we'll start at the bottom. Physiological needs: shelter, food, water, okay, warmth, rest. And then once those needs are met, then you move on to safety needs: security, safety. Once security and safety needs are met, then you move on to intimate relationships, friends, etc. Once intimate relationships and friends needs are met, then you move on to prestige and feeling of accomplishment. Once those needs are met, then you move on to self-actualization, achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. And see, the problem is people always look at homeless people and say, why aren't those homeless people self-actualized, okay? Why aren't those homeless people that don't have shelter, food, water, warmth, and rest, why aren't they just self-actualized? Instead of, why are they at the bottom and not at the top? And the person that always says, why aren't those homeless people self-actualized? 100% of the time, those people themselves are not self-actualized. They are superficial fucking NPC bots who have been programmed to say, why aren't those homeless people self-actualized? So the reason homeless people don't have a job is because you can't get a job until your needs of shelter, food, and water are met. You dumb fucks. Are you that fucking retarded? I mean, like, this is like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, you see how I'm getting upset, right? Like, I'm getting upset. It's like, they're always saying, well, they don't want to work. Why don't they get a job? Dude, you can't get a job if you don't have your needs for shelter, food, and water met. Those needs must be met before you can get a job. And when all these homeless people do not have access to shelter, and they don't have access to clean running water, and they don't have access to fucking adequate nutritious food, you are a retard to put an expectation on them to get a job when you can't get a job until those needs are met. Like, this is how stupid Americans are. And this is the thing, dude. It's not going to get better, bro. The stupidity is not going to get better. The movie Idiocracy is a true, accurate fucking prediction of your fucking future, dude. You live in it now. It is Idiocracy. And nothing's going to change. Where is there any potential that people are going to start talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs in regards to American homeless people? Never. Because the middle class are entitled. They're like, hey, we're the middle class. I thought everybody cared about us. We want our Gibbs. Like, the middle class just isn't getting enough. We want more. We need more. We're more in need than homeless people. Fuck those homeless people. They did it to themselves. We're the middle class. We're the good guys. The homeless people are the bad guys. And you see, not only will this stupid, retarded attitude not change with the masses, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And then everybody is going to be talking about, speculating on what's the problem here. But you see, they're choosing to ignore the problem. Because, you know why? Because they are the problem. All these self-centric, self-serving, self-centered, egocentric cunts that are narcissists who give not one fuck about anybody but themselves. Like, they're never going to understand. They're the ones that are all standing around crying, like, what is happening? How come we had the COVID lockdowns? How come we had these soft vaccine man? Like they're all like, I don't understand how this is happening. And the people bring it on themselves. We are conditioned to be narcissistic fucking cunts, okay? But you still have a choice, You can choose to not be a self-absorbed, selfish fucking narcissist cunt. You can choose to not be that way, But in American society, just like globally, it's all the same. People are rewarded for being selfish, narcissistic cunts. And anybody who isn't being a narcissistic, selfish cunt gets punished for it. Like, who is standing up for the rights of U.S. homeless citizens and being rewarded, where they're like a big influencer and they're being interviewed by Tucker Carlson? No, nobody. Don't you see? Aren't you wearing your They Live sunglasses? Aren't you wearing your They Live Don't you see? Nobody is getting rewarded for saying, hey, maybe we should think about the underdog. Maybe we should be thinking about the real underdog in this country instead of obsessing about how important the middle class are all the time. Maybe we should be thinking about the underdog. Oh, no. if you start defending the underdog in U.S. society, you get rejected. You get society hates you, and they will ignore you and hate you. So anyway, see, I don't want to talk about this. So I talked about it as much as I want, and I'm out. Fuck all this shit.